Hello everybody and welcome to Greg's Has a Lie Down, the channel where I do electronics and other stuff from the comfort of my sickbed. After Christmas, my mother found this in one of our local shops for half price. It purports to be a synthesizer that you can build yourself, made by Haynes, the car manual people. So we thought this would be interesting. It could show how synthesizers are made for people who don't know how synthesizers are made, and it might even sound good. Then we turned it over and we can see all the ingredients in this picture, which shows that absolutely everything has been done for you apart from a little bit of soldering. So let's open it up and see whether it at least tells you some of the basics of synthesis, or whether it just tells you nothing at all. Must warn you that my hands are not that great. I could have just pulled it out. So this could be not the easiest thing in the world to do. Okay, so we're obviously going to be building it into this cardboard box with most of the controls just printed on, so you can't do anything with them either. Holes for a couple of switches and a space for the keyboard. Oh, let's continue. Oh, that's quite nice, the inset for putting the speaker in. And yeah, all the circuitry is on the back end of the keyboard. So look at the bits we get. One cheap but perfectly functional speaker. Hardware. One potentiometer. With absolutely nothing written on it. So one anonymous potentiometer. Couple of LEDs. Four tack switches. The hardware to go with the potentiometer. A battery case. Some random wire. And a knob. Let's see whether we learn anything from the instructions. Right, important note. Read chapter 1 and 2. Oh yeah. So we're going to get notes over 2 octaves, including halftones, and customizable sound effects, tremolo and envelope modulation. Oh, that should be interesting to see how they do that. To play a note, press the key. Mount the circuit board firmly. Solder the components. I'm going to have to do that at another time because I have to have people around when I solder things because my hands are not quite what they were. Circuit board, which is boring. Solder on the buttons. I think we can guess at most of this. LEDs. We're just going to glue all this in. So I can't see very many other bits of hardware. Or maybe use tape. Right. mount things in the places that make sense, and solder them together. Operation, how you use the synthesizer, obviously. The envelope is done by changing the amplitude at 10 steps. Right, okay, I'm sure that makes sense when I just play with it. Processor and circuit, this is the bit that we care about. Right, so let's have a look at the circuit board. What have we got there? It's a Holtec microcontroller and lots of little passives, as well as all the pads for everything else. Right, so it uses the timer to generate signals in the acoustic spectrum. That signal goes into the pot, so it can be turned up and down. And then the transistors, here I suppose, yep, go to the loudspeaker to amplify it, yep. The output signal of the processor at pin 18 arrives at the base of T3 by the low pass R2 C4. This tells people absolutely nothing. This expects people to know what a low pass filter is, expects to know that why it would go into the base. It doesn't say what a base is. This was designed to be given as a present, and for goodness sake, I love the top here. It says nobody in the maker community actually uses Holtec processors, which I suppose is vaguely true. And it's not an open source project, and the source code on there is not published, so it could be doing magic as far as they're concerned. This is dreadful. Right, let's have a look. Keys go into the processor, output of the processor on pin 18, flashy lights, the envelope control goes into there. There we have the pot to actually set the volume. The octave goes in there. The flat button goes in there, but given we have no idea what's in there, although we could work it out, I mean, we have one page of software which just says the very basics of what the processor does, but doesn't say how it does it. We have a old-fashioned flowchart which just tells you almost dreadfully simply how it works, but without going into any of this. How does it emit tone? How does it know which frequency is each note? Unimpressed. Oh well, that's rubbish. Let's see if we can build it. I'm going to have to do this at a later date because my hands don't work. So when it's ready, I will continue.